Hey everybody, welcome to another review. This afternoon I'm going to be reviewing Kaspersky Internet Security 2013, and I think this is a technical preview. I'm not exactly sure which version it is. Say somewhere. I haven't, this is a whole new user interface for it. So it's a little different. It's made to work, from what I can see, a little bit better with Windows 8. We'll do it this way. There we go. So this is 13.0.0.3378. So I suspect that sometime within the next few months, if not earlier, they're probably going to release this version to the public. So basically this is the same type of setup as they had before. They changed the user interface, but it still has a lot of the things. A couple of new things have been added to it. One of them that I noticed is called Safe Money. If you click on it, basically you can add banks or payment systems to the program. So if you click on add, you can add a website, description. If you click on learn more, you can see how it basically works. It kind of goes into a little more information, except they don't have this yet set up, which they will sooner or later. Not 100% sure how it works, but I can almost bet it's something like when you go to the website, it puts the browser in the sandbox, and you probably get a virtual keyboard that you use with the mouse. Something like that. You have parental controls, quarantine, virtual keyboard. Apparently it wants us to reboot again. I'll do that. It's no big deal. Applications, activities. You can, it shows you all the applications and if they're trusted, and it sets them automatically to where they need to be. You can restrict them, deny them, if it's a virus, things like that. If you click on settings, you can get into the much deeper settings. I have not changed anything. It's just like it is. You can password protect the settings themselves. You can get deeper into more granular things. So you can see that this one scans file scan by format, performance, additional, scan mode, smart, on access, on execution, iSwift, iChecker technologies. So you have your mail, web, IM, your application control, firewall, system watcher, watches for exploit prevention. You have behavior stream signatures, network attack blocker, anti-spam, anti-banner. Anti-banner is inactivated from the factory. Of course, you have your safe money and your virtual keyboard. These you have some general things, such as what happens when you plug in a USB drive. Full scan, you can go into full scan settings, set up how you want it to be scanned, different rules, if you want to do a rootkit scan, how you want to run it, if you want to run it on a schedule. These are basically setups for each type of scan, and they even have a vulnerability scan. These are your update settings. And last but not least, you have things like self-defense, exclusions, battery saving, compatibility, such as do you want it to concede resources to other applications when the CPU usage is high, if your network settings, notifications, reports, feedback, gaming, appearance, parental controls, and here you can manage different settings. You can export your settings file, import it, or restore to default. You are also now part of the cloud. You can see we are connected. And that's really, there is. I kind of did a quick overview. I didn't go into granular. So, and you get a trial 91 days right now if you want to play with it yourself. So first off, let's open up and just take a quick peek at the memory usage to kind of see how it's at. So right now, it's either going to drop really soon or it's really high because it's still being released, so they haven't taken care of the memory. But right now, it's fairly high. About what, 130 or so? And there you go, you just watch one of them drop. So hopefully, it improves its own performance. We'll actually see how it does with the computer, how it actually affects the computer. So we have files, 2,401, and links. So first off, like I always do, let's open up Kill Switch, have that on the left side of the screen. It is digitally signed, so it should be trusted by Kaspersky, so no issues. We'll turn off the performance graphs because we don't need that. Okay. We'll open up the links. And we'll open up Internet Explorer. Move to the bottom so we can watch to see what happens. So let's start off with the first link. Okay, that didn't copy right. There we go. Okay, this one is application control, no digital signature, high danger rating. Basically says, do you trust, restrict, block. It's not red, so I'm just going to restrict. Okay, restrict again, and it didn't work. Restrict again. Restrict. Access is denied. Basically, it couldn't unpack itself. Some of these are exploits. Okay. That's a known bad file. Restrict. And access denied. Might have accidentally done the same one twice. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I did do the same one twice. This is the third one. So as you can see that this was an exploit. Which you caught. This is, I think, adware. I think it's got some kind of weird adware attached to it. If I remember right. Some of these are really, really new, so I'm not 100% sure what they are. That one looks like it didn't do anything, though. It looks like it's doing something. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, so either I accidentally didn't get the other one. Okay, so this one is it's gonna try to download adware. So you can see it's gonna try to download different things in the background. So let's see what happens. See, we have a couple of unknown installers here. Suspicious, you can see best videos, suspicious, you see how they're popping up now. And it doesn't look like Kaspersky's doing anything about it. And it just finished its work. It's installed things in the browser. That's why I closed the browser down. Basically installed browser helper objects. See, change the home page. All right, let's continue. I'm not sure if we already did this one or not. Oh, yes, we did. So that thing's still working away in the background. Looks like it's the same adware, signed by the same people. Probably got the same ones, but different programs, but the same adware package. So I'm just gonna skip those. Waste our time. Yeah, you see it's the same thing. Watch, I'll show you. Opens up, it's the same thing. I must have got the same ones, but different packages. We'll close it up. Okay, it looks like that one didn't work. That one doesn't look like it worked either. You can see now that it's installed all of the adware, it is actually going to install Avast. But we're not going to do that right now. Okay, that one was blocked. Looks like it might have been a... What it looks like is that these scripts were found by a crawler, basically, and were identified as malicious, and this page got identified as malicious. Which is why, apparently, this is why we're seeing that. So as you can tell, the crawlers that are looking online don't care what it is, if it's just an example script like that person put up, or something else. It will identify the page as malicious. And see, here's another one. And I looked in the coding. I was trying to get some different ones this time, but apparently Not gonna happen. And here's another one. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and use the files. So first off, I want to disable, just gonna exit Babylon here. I want to disable for a little bit of time. Won't worry about the connections. Just so I can unpack this malware without it interfering. It almost looks like Kaspersky does not turn off Windows Defender. Why, I don't know, because it really doesn't do anything for you. See? So we're going to turn this off. And try again. Okay. So I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have it unpacked. Can right click on it. And I want to edit it. You can see there's 2,401 files in there. So I'm going to right click and scan for viruses. This is going to be our preliminary check, and then we're actually going to run some and see what happens. So I'm going to pause and I'll be back when this is done. Alright, all, so this is what I'm dealing with right now. It is cleaning up the files, but it is painfully slow. You can see it is just going 1, 2, it's going counting down very slowly, and the hard drive isn't even working that hard. So right now it's got 21,680 to clean, at least what it says it found, and it's going to take a while to clean this. They definitely need to improve the cleaning speed, because this isn't, they should just delete it quickly. If you hit view, you can see the speed that it's working at. Some of these have been postponed if it's not sure, and it'll probably ask me at the end, but the ones that are actually being able to be cleaned, it's deleting them, and you can see that it's taking a while. So I'll be back whenever this is done. Alright, so now that it's finally finished doing whatever it was doing, it automatically started a rootkit scan, even though I don't see the association between a custom scan. So if I right click and say scan a folder and rootkit, I don't see it there, but whatever. I'll let it do its scan, and we'll get back to it. So I'll pause and I'll be back. Okay, so I finally finished here. Says everything is good to go. So let's see, 461 files. Well, let's just do one more scan here and see if it finds anything else. So let's see, it is identifying some, but I don't know why it's saying postponed. Alright, so it's going to try to delete some of the leftover ones. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, here's the weird thing. It says, excuse me, skipped by user. I didn't skip anything. It never even asked me to do anything. So why would you skip it? It's this not a virus stuff that it's skipping. So I have to dig into it now and figure out how to not skip these. Alright. It shouldn't skip it. I don't understand why it is skipping all these files. It should just ask me what I want to do with them from the get-go. It should just assume that I don't know what to do with them. So anyway, I'm going to figure out where the setting is, so you guys are going to have to give me a little bit. Okay, so there, finally found. You have to basically go to the home page, click on the screen, and then it will open up the little green screen or with the X screen, and then if you select fix, it will give you the chance to delete them, which apparently I have to do one at a time. Oh, this is horrible. Well, I'm going to be here for a while. Apparently there's a button that says eliminate threats. So if I select apply to all, it really doesn't apply to all. I have to select, I think, eliminate threats, and then it does it all at the same time. So, okay. Okay, so finally it finished scanning here. It's scanned. I scanned again to make sure it didn't find any more, and it removed everything. So we have a total of 359 files left over. It's actually pretty good. Let's see. %. That's usually about 5 to 10% better for zero-day malware than most other AVs tend to catch. Okay. This is just a beta license. There's no issue in you guys trying to copy it or anything. There's no more malware. Why does it keep telling me there's malware? Whatever. I tend to give up sometimes to understand some of these programs. That's probably something that they probably have to fix. Alright. So now let's actually do some testing on malware that it doesn't detect. We'll open up kill switch again. We'll run, I don't know, 10 to 20, something like that. Give us a good enough chance to see how it does with some of these. Alright, let's start away. Start with the first one. Well, that didn't work. That one's not valid. Let's sort these by size to make our life a little easier. Some of the junky little ones probably don't work that well. Alright, so this one, no reaction. It did something, and then it closed itself. Now I can't make this disappear for some odd reason. As you guys can see, there's no malware left over. But the system is active. The cloud protection is turned on, so I don't know why I can't make that disappear. But you can see it doesn't say enable protection. So this one probably looks like it's not known to Komodo. So let's search online. Well, it's probably going to search for the file name. Yeah, see. It's just going to search for the file name I gave it. Well, did something. Download Guru. Unwanted application. It's probably going to install some kind of malware in the background. Yeah, you can see fun moods. And I want this ICv3US. Now remember, I didn't turn anything off on Kaspersky here. Things should still be protecting you, I suspect. a FLV player spiked with some kind of malicious software, probably adware. Okay, that one didn't work. Yes? I don't know. Sure. We'll do 3 more. What this thing is. Okay, it looks like it detected that one. Trojan Spy Win32. Let's move on. Restrict. Restrict. And looks like a fake Norton here. Looks like it's doing a pretty good job in the background of isolating a lot of these. This one might actually be signed by AVG, so this might be a installer that has some kind of adware bundled with an AVG. And last one here. Yeah, you can see. Must install a bunch of junk in the background. Not really, per se, malware in any sense of the word, but weather bug. It's stuff that can send ads to you. It gives you ratings on what it can do. So you can see installed something from Yahoo. YTB. It's a temp file. Okay, we got a new service, Yahoo AU service that just got created. So a restricted application is trying to run Internet Explorer. That's what it was, the little pop-up. Just gonna kill this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna reboot, and then I'm gonna do a full system scan with Kaspersky, and then we'll see if anything's left over. Alright, so Kaspersky finished scanning here, and it didn't find anything else to scan. 96,000 files, and it finished a minute ago. That was a full scan. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the protection for, I don't know, say 5 hours. You know what, we're going to pause it and resume it on my demand, I guess. So now let's open up Cleaning Essentials, and we're going to do a full system scan with this. So I will be back when this is done. Oh yeah, by the way, I also ran CCleaner to get rid of all the temporary files too. Alright guys, so I'm back, and Komodo says it found 4 things. Looks like it's got a couple of false positives, the signatures do, on 2 files from Kaspersky. One of them is get system info, and I checked that, and 2 identify it, unclassified, which is the automatic malware detection, and clam AV. And the other one is casproduct.dll. Not sure what this does, but it was identified by probably a generic signature as application unsafe adware. I'm not sure what this DLL does. It might be part of something that serves like little reminders to update, or might be part of when you open up the main interface here of this little buy now thing. I'm not sure. But because they're both actually signed by Kaspersky, even though they're identified, they wouldn't be detected. So because of the digital signature. But we're going to report these as false positives anyway. And then the other 2, we have part of an installer here, setup x.dll, and FLV player uninstall adware was found. So 2 of these are actually real, and we'll remove them. So we'll apply everything. Then it's going to ask me to restart, so I will pause and I'll restart and I'll be back. Okay, so 2 of them were reported and the other 2 were cleaned up. So now let's run a scan with Malwarebytes and I'll be back with the results. Alright, so Malwarebytes finished scanning, found 86 things. So what do we got here? We have adware gameplay lab. This is just an updater. We have registry keys, files, folders, adware, possible, unwanted program, crossfire.gen. We have possible unwanted program, fun moods, pup, game, played, lab. Let me look at something. Because I really don't believe that it would do this bad. Okay. Scan settings, schedule, blah blah blah. Scan all archives, all. Okay, so I guess it didn't find it. For a second there I thought it wouldn't scan for something, but it scanned for everything, I guess. Not giving me any settings. Okay. I thought maybe it would skip some files or something, but it didn't. Alright, so bunch of adware and possibly unwanted programs. So we're going to remove all these and continue, even though there's probably registry keys, it's nothing major. So this is the new A squared emergency rescue kit version 2. You guys can kind of see what that looks like. And I do realize I spelled repair wrong. I don't know, just inverted it, so nobody say anything about it. It's not the end of the world. Alright, so I'm going to update this, and I'm going to do a smart scan. So I'll be back with the results. Alright, so MCSoft finished scanning, and it looks like it found a riskware. Program files download guru.exe. So let's get rid of that one too. And last but not least, let's do a scan with Hitman Pro and see if that identifies anything else. So I will be back. Alright, and looks like Hitman Pro found a bunch of stuff. Adware.clickpotato. Wonder who identified that one that way. And there's also Adware I want this, which is, remember, that was installed. So there is bunch of stuff on here, mostly just Adware, and it's kind of disappointing. I didn't see any settings or anything, and you know, I didn't change any settings. So that means that Kaspersky is pretty good at detecting, some of the more major things, but Adware seems it's lacking. Just let a bunch of it through. So hopefully they'll improve on that in the future. But other than that, it did very well. The system is pretty much usable, um, minus all the adware junk, which isn't dangerous per se as it is annoying. So that's it really for this review. Memory usage, you can see, has went down tremendously, so that's good. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to everybody later.